When you're going through a divorce, even if it's amicable, it is important to have an experienced advocate in your corner.
Here in Chicago, attorney Jeffrey Lovin has made it a career fighting for the rights of fathers. He shares the latest on responsible fatherhood and the Fatherhood Educational Institute alongside attorney and litigation director James Hagler. Welcome, both you guys, for coming in.
Well,
Thank you.
Great being here.
Let's tell us a little bit about the gentleman you brought in today.
Well, James Hagler is a fantastic matrimonial attorney. He's a litigator, and he was honored as being designated one of America's best lawyers. And I'm very, very proud of that award that was bestowed upon him. And he's also a litigation director for the law firm, and he's won and fought for a lot of clients, and he's won a lot of really tough cases. And I'm glad he's made the time to appear on the show with me today.
And one of those cases involved a 9-year-old whose father was in Poland?
Well, the little boy there was a divorce in Poland.
Okay.
And the mother disappeared. The father was actually a professional handball player, and he was playing in France and couldn't find the mother. And years went by. Finally, it was tracked down that the mother had come to Chicago.
Okay.
When Chicago has a huge Polish population. The Hague Convention, and we were referred by the U.S. State Department to handle this case, pursuant to the Hague Convention, which is an international treaty to return children to where they belong, where they came from. And we were retained by this gentleman, and we went to court. This case did occur in the Daly Center. And bearing in mind, our client hadn't seen this child in 5 years. Well, we won. And I was there the moment that that little boy met his father after 5 years. And the father brought pictures of the grandparents, and it was just it was a heartbreaking but rewarding moment for me to see that reunification because that bond was still there.
And you've advised for the State Department before, too, correct?
Yes, Jeffrey and I have both been asked by the State Department. It all began when President Obama had Hillary Clinton running the State Department, and there was a lot of problems with international abduction. Well, the problem we had, I think what the government wanted us to do, was to give them an input on how litigation proceeds, how lawyers work with clients, and it turned out that it was very successful because diplomats don't understand lawyers and lawyers don't understand diplomats. But I'm proud to say today, when diplomats are trained and go to distant countries, they are actually trained in child abduction. So it was a big success.
Sad topic, but obviously it's one that's necessary because obviously it's happening.
Right.
And this has led to a connection for both of you all with former Hall of Famer Ernie Banks, or Hall of Famer Ernie Banks, who has since passed away.
Absolutely. We represented Ernie Banks in his divorce, and it was an honor to represent Ernie because when I was a little boy on the south side of Chicago growing up, he was one of my fans.
Yeah.
And I used to watch him play baseball all the time. So when he came to me and asked me for help, it was an honor to help him and fight for him. And I was very sad when he passed. But while I was representing him, he was so happy and impressed with the Fatherhood Educational Institute, which is a 501c3 charity I founded, that he volunteered his time to the organization as its honorary president. He's very concerned about children and the safety of children.
Okay, so I understand that you think there's a new law that we need. What is this law?
Well, there's more than one, but I do believe that we need a child support accountability law because it's important when child support is paid, it goes to the intended recipients, especially in lower income families, because children need food, clothing, medicine, necessities of life. And when child support is paid, we need a strong child support accountability law to ensure that child support goes to the children, not maybe the non-custodial parents' boyfriend or a friend, or for alcohol or drugs or something that is of no value or benefit to the minor children.
How can the law legislate that? I mean, you send the money, how can you actually ensure that it gets to where it needs to go?
Well, if there's a child support accountability law, the parent that's paying the support should be able to go into court and ask for an accounting to ensure that the support goes to the children. And that's really, really important.
We only have a couple seconds left, but I understand that you recently won the Child Protector Award. Tell me about that.
Well, that was another case. My client was contacted by DCFS, and he was the father. He lived out of state, and he said, my child's been abused. They're investigating. What do I do? So we got in court quickly because this child was stuck in a school in Chicago, but he lived across the state line. So how could he take the child back and forth every day? Well, there was more to the story than what DCFS had been able to determine because, you know, they go through their procedures. So we were able to go into court and get an emergency order. And I found out that this child had been terribly abused. And it was just very sad. And, you know, when you see these kids that withdraw and kids that are failing in school, and finally there's an outcry. And we were very happy that we were able to get that little boy back with the father, and that's where he is today, and he's doing great.
Awesome.
All
That's
right.
good to
Those
hear.
are signs and symptoms that something is wrong. Gentlemen, thank you both for joining us
Thank you
this
both.
morning. For more information, you can call the number there on your screen or go to dadsrights.com.